ChaosMagemon, Nat 1995 here in the video game fanfiction plot with a new chapter for you all in the Chi Wizard Ninja. And remember, I do not own the Naruto series or this story. I give full credit to its author by ChaosMagemon on fanfiction.net. Sasuke's Entourage. In Orochimaru's lair, Sasuke and Zilong were sitting in a meditating position, until Sasuke's eyes shot open, followed by Zilong. "So you're finally going to do it?" the Dark Chi Wizard asked. "I've learned all I can. Now I have no further need to listen to him," Sasuke answered as he stood up. "Good luck." Zilong smirked while Sasuke didn't even bother to answer as he left the room. As Sasuke walked down the halls, the demons thought to him, "It's about time you're going to do it, Sasuke." Suwu said. "We were almost willing to believe you were never going to do away with Orochimaru," Zhou Feng added. "I'm not going to so much do away with him, but something more," Sasuke thought. "Oh, and what do you have in mind?" Tsulan asked. "Just be patient and wait for the right time," Sasuke said as he stopped in front of a door, drawing his sword with his right hand and aimed his left hand at the door, charging his lightning element, and shooting out from his palm was a sword-shaped chidori. Inside the room, Orochimaru was in bed looking sickly, and upon seeing the chidori spear come right for him, held up his arm and blocking the attack from reaching his heart. "Who's there?" Sasuke entered. "Ah, Sasuke, come to actually kill me? I knew this would happen eventually." Orochimaru smirked. "I have nothing left to learn from you. You are now a hindrance on my quest to fulfill my ambition." "Very big words from someone so small," Orochimaru replied. "The only reason I ever came here was because I was weak. Now that I've mastered my demon chi powers and what you've taught me, you are of no use to me anymore," Sasuke explained, not removing his chidori spear. "So what then? Are you going to take Zilong's life after this?" Orochimaru asked amusingly. "Not just right away. I still need him to beat Naruto using his own chi magic. So that once he's stripped of his powers, I will use my own and crush him." Orochimaru smirked. "Well, sorry Sasuke, but I'm afraid your ambition will have to wait." Suddenly something shot out of Orochimaru's body as he went limp. Sasuke turned, seeing the thing that shot out of Orochimaru has transformed into a giant serpent whose body was composed of multiple white snakes, while the big serpent's head looked like a monster form of Orochimaru's. "After all, you and I are meant to be one." The serpent went to strike at the Uchiha, who wasn't even moving, but suddenly raised his right hand that was glowing, and the striking serpent froze and was pinned to the wall. Sasuke used the moon demon chi and levitated himself up to the snake to look him in the eyes with his Sharingan. "I agree with what you say, Orochimaru. We are meant to be, but the other way around." He smirked, and in a flash Snake Orochimaru found himself in Sasuke's subconscious. "I finally made it. Sasuke's body will now be." He was cut off by a bolt of lightning and found himself surrounded by the 7 demon sorcerers, along with Sasuke standing on a platform. "Sorry, but we're afraid the vacancy in this body is full enough as it is," Suwu began. "So we're going to have to ask you to stay put elsewhere," Daigui added. "After all, we'd much rather have someone like Sasuke be the one carrying us rather than some fool trying to play God by using others to escape the boundaries of mortality," Bates added as all 7 blasted him with their own demon powers containing the snake in a glass cube, banishing him to the corridors of Sasuke's mind. "It's done." Sasuke smirked as he opened his eyes back in Orochimaru's room, where Orochimaru's snake body was destroyed and cut to ribbons. He walked outside, seeing Zilong. "Has it been done?" Zilong asked. "It has," Sasuke replied until Kabuto approached. "Sasuke, Zilong, what happened?" "So nice of you to join us, Kabuto. Sasuke and I were just about to leave," Zilong said. "What do you mean?" Kabuto squinted his eyes. "Orochimaru is finished. His power is mine now, which means you no longer have a master to serve," Sasuke explained. "Don't tell me you." Kabuto gasped. "He has, and this now makes you, Kabuto, a free henchman. Perhaps you would be so kind as to join me and my entourage?" Zilong added. Kabuto frowned. "I serve no one except Orochimaru. He was prepared to strike until materializing through Zalong's magic was Ice and his boys. "Sorry dude, but you don't touch Joe man," Ice said as he and Cobra held him by the arms and DJ restrained him from the back. "Unhand me you." Kabuto struggled as Zalong approached. "Now Kabuto Yakushi, you are mine." He used his magic transforming Kabuto into another dark Shi warrior, making him look like his other ones, only his hair remained in the same ponytail style and still wore his eyeglasses. The three released their new partner as Kabuto bowed before Zalong. "I am at your command, master." He spoke in monotone, having been stripped of his humanity as Zalong did to Valmont. "Excellent, so Sasuke, shall we go and find Uchi?" Zalong asked. "Not yet," he answered, surprising the Dark Wizard. "Getting to Uchi still won't be an easy task. After all, there are more Akatsuki members besides himself and his partner. And even though you have your magic and Dark Chi warriors, I require my own insurance." "Oh? Just follow me," Sasuke said as the two walked off and the four Dark Chi warriors poofed away. Soon the two entered another part of the compound that was dark and loaded with numerous tanks set up containing clear water. They stopped in front of a bigger tank with nothing but water in it. "Well Sasuke, good to see you again." "And Zalong, grim looking as always." A voice spoke. Sasuke and Zalong kept their focus on the tank as Sasuke spoke. "You'll be the first joining me, Suigetsu." Zalong used his magic to make the tank break and the water inside it poured out of it onto the floor. Emerging from the puddle was a boy in the buff who was roughly Sasuke's age, with short white hair, violet eyes, and sharp teeth. "Free at last, thanks guys." "Put some clothes on," Sasuke said. "And fast before I vomit," Zalong added. The one known as Suigetsu chuckled. Soon Suigetsu was dressed in a purple sleeveless shirt, 3 brown belts around his torso, waist, and another a bit lower than the waist, and wore gray pants, and sandals. He was sipping water from a bottle as the three were sitting outside the compound. "So you actually got Orochimaru, huh?" Suigetsu asked. "You have no idea how many others have wanted to do that long before you." "I can imagine," Sasuke replied. "So why did you break me out?" Suigetsu asked. "You see Suigetsu, I have a plan, and it requires your assistance." Sasuke began. "Talk to me." The white-haired boy beckoned as he continued sipping his water. "As you know, it's my ambition to destroy my brother Uchiha, but the fact he is not alone. He hangs out with a different crowd these days, a crowd of ninjas whose abilities are on par with that of cage-level ninja. And you think I can be of some assistance? You were after all used as part of Orochimaru's experiments due to your unique water ability, so it's obvious Sasuke would choose you," Zalong explained. "Basically it's just me once again being used against my will," Suigetsu sighed, "although I admit I don't have anywhere to go, and I have my own ambition that links with Sasuke's. So you know that we have common cause in this matter." Sasuke glanced at him. "Hi, your brother's partner is Kisame Hoshigaki of the original 7 Swordsmen. I desire his blade Samada as well as the other blades of the 7 Swordsmen. And you shall obtain them prior you help me achieve my ambition," Sasuke promised him. "So Demon Sorcerer boy, who else do you intend on recruiting into this little team of yours?" Suigetsu asked. Sasuke answered, "Jugo, and Karen." Zalong smirked at the names, expecting such choices, while Suigetsu groaned at their names. "Those two? Jugo I understand, but Karen? Is that a problem?" Sasuke asked. "You know better than anyone I don't get along well those two, especially Karen," Suigetsu reminded him. "I'm not asking you to like them. I just want you and them to work together with me, nothing more," Sasuke said. "Well, alright, only because you freed me." "Good, then shall we head south and collect Karen?" Zalong asked Sasuke. "Let's go," Sasuke answered until Suigetsu spoke up. "One moment, before we go I'd like us to make a quick detour to the Wave Country." "Wave?" Sasuke asked, knowing what was coming next. "Yes, you said that's where you met Zabuza-senpai?" he asked, turning a nod. "Well, I'd like to acquire something of his." Sasuke answered, "Very well, Zilong, take us there." Of course. Zilong used his magic, teleporting them to the wave country where they stood before a bridge. "So the bridge of wave is still intact?" Sasuke noticed about the bridge. Zilong looked up at the title above the village, "The Great Naruto Bridge? Named after your teammate, no doubt." Sasuke didn't say a word until Suigetsu spoke, "So where is it?" "This way." Sasuke led the way. Soon the three stood before a memorial where a giant sword was sticking in the ground. "Well, there it is." Sasuke motioned to the memorial and the sword stuck in the ground in front of it. The sword was covered in leaves and such from not being moved in so many years. "Perfect." Suigetsu cheered as he grabbed the hilt. "Sorry Zabuza-senpai, but I will be taking this." Somehow his arm grew big and muscular and was able to pick the weapon up with ease. "You sure you're actually capable of wielding it?" Zilong asked Suigetsu. "I told you before, didn't I?" Suigetsu asked. "The blades of the 7 swordsmen are passed on from one generation to another. I trained like crazy hoping to one day become one," he explained. "Besides, if Jugo's going to be joining us, I'll need this just to be on the safe side." He strapped the sword to his back and detached the hilt of the blade and strapped it to the side of his belt. "Let's go," Sasuke said as the three were once again teleported via dark chi magic to another base. Soon the three stood outside the island compound, and approached the huge metal gates. "Could you knock?" Sasuke asked Zilong. "With pleasure." Zilong used the dark magic chi blast, knocking the doors opened. They walked inside down corridors that were loaded with prison cells, and several inmates were lying around board, while some just glanced at Sasuke, Zilong, and Suigetsu passing by. The three continued walking until they stopped seeing someone approach from the shadows. It was a girl with red eyes covered by brown glasses, and red hair that was short and unkempt on her right side, while long and combed on her left. She was wearing long black thigh-high stockings, sandals, short black shorts, and a lavender split-zippered shirt. "Well, look who we have here," she said in sarcasm. "Nice to see you too, Karen," Sasuke replied. "So you came all by yourself to see me this time?" Karen asked. "Hey, we're here too, you know." Suigetsu spoke up on behalf of him and Zilong, who didn't seem too irked by her comment. Karen just glanced at them and back to Sasuke. "The fact you came here without Orochimaru or Kabuto means something's happened to them." "Don't tell me you actually." She gasped as Sasuke cut her off. "Karen, I need to talk with you, can we go to a room?" he asked. Karen showed them to a private room, and the four were sitting down while Suigetsu drank from his bottled water. Karen gasped, shocked. "What do you mean you want me to join you?" "Exactly what I mean, Karen. I want you to be part of my new team," Sasuke answered. "Sorry, but I have a job running this place even with Orochimaru gone. Besides, what of the prisoners?" Sasuke turned to Suigetsu and Zilong. "Go free them." "As you wish," Zilong said as the two left. "Don't even think about it," Karen shouted. "There's no point in keeping them here until they die," Sasuke said, kicking back. "They're free just like you are. But if you really don't want to, I could always find someone else to replace you." Karen quickly ran to the door and locked it. "Karen, why'd you lock the door?" he asked, but knew this was coming. Karen started twiddling her fingers as she spoke in a sincere voice. "I'll come." She strutted over to the couch he was sitting on and removed her glasses. Sasuke didn't seem at all affected as she rubbed her left shoulder with his right. "If you really want me to go, I'd be more than delighted to join you." She spoke in a flirtatious tone. "That's a quick change of thought, Karen," Sasuke said, but knew what she was trying to do. "I just realized that the job as guard here isn't worth it," Karen started as he rested her hand on his leg. She then thought, "Oh Sasuke, I don't care even if you are a hideous monster deep down, you're still so handsome in this form. And your chakra, the smell of it is to die for." Suddenly there was pounding on the door. "Hey, open this door." "Damn you, Karen, I knew you'd pull this stunt as soon as we walked out," Suigetsu yelled from outside. "I don't think she's listening." Zilong was heard outside. Karen ignored them and continued to flirt with Sasuke. Why don't we leave that stupid Suigetsu and Freakies along behind? It'll just be us. She smiled and readied her lips, until the doors crashed down and Karen jumped off Sasuke and put her glasses back on. Suigetsu stood in the destroyed doorway with a buffed up arm and his sword stuck to the ground. Come on Sasuke, let's get out of here. It's obvious Karen doesn't want to go. Suigetsu grumbled. Actually Suigetsu, she said she changed her mind. Sasuke replied. Karen looked outraged. Whoa, hold on, I never actually said I'd be. Too late Karen, well that's the ending of that chapter. I do hope you enjoy this video. If you like to see more, remember to hit that like button, subscribe to this channel and leave a comment down below. Until next time.